Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, massive huge thanks for the support. So today I'm coming back again with this Animal Arcadia, which is a sort of steampunk cute animals kit from Hunkydory. This is what I've got left after my crafting kit from crafting session from last time, where I had the dog and there was another little dog here, a Chihuahua. So I did use some of the pages in the matching accompanying book. So I have got quite a bit of cardstock left over. I've got this square here. I've got the cute dog there, who we are calling Henry. And then we've got the whole piece with the cat. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in a piece of A4 300 GSM white card. And if I bring in my trimmer, I'm going to cut this one down to 8 by 6. So we've got part of the card there, and then I want another piece that's 2 inches by 6. So I'm doing a card with sort of cutaway in the center, which is going to be acetate. So the acetate that I'm going to be using today is I believe it's a Crafter's Companion one, so it's the A5 sheet. I think it should be around about 6 inches, so it's just under 6 inches, and I'm going to cut that to just under 6 inches as well. So pop that into the box, we'll keep that there, and it should have a film on it, so I just have to work out which side the film is, and I think it's that side because there does seem to be something coming up there, so we will pull that off nearer the time. So I don't need, no, I'll do the scoring, and then it's easier for me to show you the layers as I'm doing them. Okay, I'm just taking this piece that we've cut at 8 by 6 and I'm scoring it at 2 inches, and we're just going to give that a fold over. So that's going to make my 6 by 6 card, and what we'll do is we will pop that back together with that acetate to support it. Okay, so let's move that one out of the way, bring the trimmer back in, and then we can start on our layers. So I'll go this way. So still using up that 6 by 6 mirror card. Again, the foiling is all gold. So I'm going to start with a piece for the back because it is going to be visible. So I'm just doing 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 6, and that should fit quite nicely onto there. And then I need to do 2 pieces that are going to be fitting on these panels here. So it's going to be 2 notches under the 2 by 2 notches under the 6. So that should fit quite nicely onto there. And then the same again for the top piece. That one should fit onto there, like so. We'll put that with that in case we need excuse me, in case we need another piece later on. And then I'm going to bring in the card stock. Now what I want is these pieces at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to cut it as if I was doing a normal piece. I'm going to cut it at 4 notches under the 6. And then I'm going to cut at 4 notches under the 2 on each end, so that we've got that piece. Actually, I only need to do that once because we were doing something else with the bottom. That's right, I nearly got carried away. So I'm going to bring in this piece here. I'm going to cut it down to 4 notches under the 2. and then at 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 2 there. Just going to give myself some guidelines of where to cut, because I want to cut this cat out. And I'm just going to bring in my knife, and I think I'm just going to go around the whole. I'm not going to go around the as if it's a clock. I'm going to cut the alarm piece off because that looks a little bit tricky. And then I'm just going to come round the cat. Sorry, just difficult to see in the light where some pieces end and some pieces start. And on 2 of my cards today I'm going to be doing some cutting out, so just trying to make the most of the cardstock and make a sort of 6x6, which is what I sort of think is a decent sized card. It's right in the middle. It's not too big that it's not suitable for all occasions, but it's not too small that it's a sort of, you know, sort of meh card, if you know what I mean. It is a substantial card. At 6x6, the person knows they've got a card. But you could go down even smaller with this. You could even go to a 5x5. Just change those measurements from a 6 to a 5. Apologies, George, just having a bark because the neighbours are on their way out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward to when I've cut all of this out. Okay, so this is the piece that I've then cut out with that beautiful cat. I'm just popping that onto there, and we should still get that lovely border around. That's perfect. So let's get this assembled then. So I'm going to start by taking the backing off that. Where did we start? We found it there, didn't we? There we go. So the Hunkydory one doesn't have this, but the Crafter's Companion always has this protective sheet on the, I think it's just on the thicker of the acetate. So, and I'm going to be using some red liner tape just because this is the strongest one. Give that a good burnish down, and if I bring this piece in, from there, and I'm going to put this on there, and I always go in the middle, don't go right to the ends, just so it's not showing through any of my layers, because obviously I'm going to hide this by putting my gold on top. So we'll have our acetate, we'll hide that with our gold, so when somebody looks behind they're not going to see any of these workings out at all. It's going to be a really clean looking card. So this is the tricky bit. So let's take our acetate. Just want to make sure I leave enough to get some down the bottom. As you can see, that goes on there quite nicely. Just give that a good burnish down to make sure that sticks nice. And if you want to, you can put some PVA glue. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to today. So this bit should be nice and easy. I'm just going to open that card up, put that on the bottom where it would be if we hadn't have cut it off. And we're just going to fold that over, press that down, and then we've got our card intact. Okay, so again I'm going to use some red liner tape on the back of here just to get that sticking to that acetate nicely. I know it's not going to come off if there's any heat or anything, so let's just give ourselves half a chance of getting it straight by making ourselves some little ears, and then we can pop this over the top, sort of eyeball that into position. When it looks good, give it a good press down, and then just pull those from underneath. And we've got our card in place, and then we're going to do the same little trick on this bottom piece. And I should point out, I know I haven't cut a piece for the backing yet, it's because I'm going to use the insert, so I need to use the other trimmer for that, so because that insert paper doesn't cut as well on that trimmer. Not quite sure why, but it goes lovely through the guillotine, so we don't need to worry too much. So same thing again, just make sure my little ears are popping out. I'm going to pop that sort of into place, make sure I've got a nice even border round, and we can just whip those tapes out, and then we've got our borders where we want them to be. So now we can go back to our normal glues, everything as usual. So that is going to come a little bit over the top of there, so we'll put this one on first. So for these I'm going to be using my Cutaway all-purpose glue, which has been decanted into that little container there. A little bit of Cutaway tacky glue in the corners, and that's going to give me the benefit of having a little bit of wiggle room time, but also it glues really quick. So with the Cutaway all-purpose, sometimes you get maybe up to a minute in a cooler room of being able to wiggle that around. So if I, you know, sort of put that down and then I've moved on to something else, I could come back and find that that had moved. So by putting that little bit of tacky glue in the corner, don't know why I'm turning that over, it just gives it that opportunity to, that grabs it for me while the other glue is sticking. So, and then with this one, I'm just making sure I'm only going to put glue where the mirror card is going to be. So again, popping that in, and our cat is going to come up above a little bit. That is fine. So again, that is there. So I'm not putting anything behind this, so that is loose, but it is supported at the bottom, and it's just going to give a bit of dimension. You know, it will move a little bit, but it's not going to detract from the actual card itself. So I'm going to come in with the insert. So here is the cat one. Here we are. We have got it right there. So we've got the choice of using the sort of cat behind or using the plain. I'm going to go with the plain purely because I am putting my topper up here, and I just think it's going to look weird if I've got the two cats sort of looking at each other. So that leaves, I mean, you could make a perfectly nice sort of watercolour-ish, you know, mount that, and it would make a nice card in and of its own right. I don't know, I'll show you in a second. So let me just check. So I'm just taking this down to 5 3/4 square, just to give me a nice edge. Let me just show you that card I made last time. I mean, even just as a watercolour image, it would make a nice card, a nice gentle card. So and the same with the cat one. So, and I think this is probably the deepest or the most how can I put it, so the image really does stand out more than I think some of the other ones have on inserts. So it's definitely worth using it in that way, you know, because you do get the, if you've got the insert pack, you do get 3 inserts for we get 9, actually 9 for each page, because I've got 3 cat, 3 dog and 3 rabbit inserts. So, you know, they would make perfect, like I say, perfectly nice cards in and of their own right. So you could do sort of a collection of just sort of gentle notebook cards with that on. I think that would look nice. Maybe a bit of ribbon if you wanted to, a little sentiment. So we're just popping our insert in, put it down, and we can still use that like an insert, it can still be written on, but it just gives us that little bit of backing behind there. So let's bring the toppers in, and my thinking was perhaps a little cruel, although it could be like Sherlock Holmes and Watson, because this little hamster strip guinea pig has got a hat on, and I am going to put party time. I think that's a bit evil, really. Party time. He's going to eat that hamster strip guinea pig. Bless him. I mean, you could just sentiment, a couple of gems, and that would be fine. I don't know whether to do that. I don't know whether I'm being cruel by putting hamster there now. Could even have that in there. Behind. See, now I'm second guessing myself because of the hamster. I'm feeling a bit like I'm being evil. Okay. Hamster lives to fight another day. I'm going to take a very flat pad. So this is like a 1mm pad, and I'm going to pop this on the inside, I think, because it's going to stand out more there. So let's just pop that one there, that one there. We just have to make sure we get it in the right place. So a little bit of tacky glue, just going to give us a bit of float time. I think around about there is going to be fine. And then what I'm going to do is just that way, I'm just going to grab some gems, so bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so I thought I'd have a mix of these little black pearls and my gold ones, which I've sort of decanted out. So just pop that open, and there is 2 sizes in there, and I thought these black ones might be a bit too big. Have I got a smaller one in there? I think I have. And then some of these as well. Okay, so let's grab a little tray. We'll tip some of those out, so it's going to make it easier to find those smaller ones. And then I've got another little tray here. Tip some of those gold ones out. That's going to do the same. Let's just see where we go from here. So I think if we sort of mirror what we're doing, so we've got a big one there and a big one there, and a big one there. So let's grab these black ones. Oops, I want to stick. Come on out. Sometimes you get a little bit sticky on the wax on the end. Okay, and then this one here, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. We will go with some gold ones, so probably don't want to be too big. Maybe something like that size. Put a big one out of the way. There we go. Maybe a bit smaller even than that. There we go, there's one. Maybe a little tiny one. There. To be the tiny one in this lot shortly. There you are. And one there. Obviously all of these glues do dry clear. And we've got this one here, which is a little diddy one as well. Okay, and then I wonder if, let me bring in my silver one, see what that would look like if we had the odd silver one. It might be too much with these tones. Gotta find them all. There we go. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. So let's put those away, and I'm going to just put those away over there. So what I'm going to do just to finish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we've got a little one missing there. There you are. There. And just because I have been enjoying using the bigger ones lately, I'm going to take, it's not huge, try the big one, not that one. That one's got a bit of paint hanging off it, so maybe one on each corner, and that will even that up. And actually I can just pick them out of the big pot. Really nice, big, huge. Probably about an 8mm I would have thought this. Apologies, George was just going out for his walk, so he was just having a little bite just to let the whole neighbourhood know he's on his way out. So that is where we are at. So that's what I finished out with that. You could go in like I did on the last one with a bit of gold splatter. Yeah, I would do that probably just on the pieces, cover up the cat maybe. But that's a nice, quite a nice simple one. If you aren't very happy about that cat flapping, what you could do is just pop a little bit of glue behind his ear, and that will just hold that on there. Actually, I think I might do that. It's bothering me in any way, but I just feel like it's going to hold that card together a little bit. Just smooth that little bit of glue away. So that will glue and set. You won't be able to see anything from behind. If I show you the inside again, you can't see any workings there, so that's all nice and clean. But that's card number 1, so I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I thought I would do a sort of normal easel this time, but like not a full page one, so like a half easel as I call them. So let me just pop that out of the way, and I'm going to score. So I've got a 6x12 300 GSM white cardstock, and I'm going to score at 3 and 6. I'm going to fold it that way, it's a little bit whiter on the front. So I'm just going to give that a good finish down. And then this one is also. So when it's finished, our card is going to be that shape. Okay. So pop that down. I'm going to bring in the trimmer. So in terms of layers, we need to do a full 6x6 cover in here, and a 3x6 is what we are looking for there. So let's bring in a piece of gold mirrored card, just because the kit's foiled in gold. You could go with your glitter cards. I kind of feel like this is more of a masculine tomboy-ish. Doesn't have to be, but you could come in with your black glitter, gold glitter, that sort of thing, if you wanted to sort of make it more one way or the other. So I've got one piece that's 2 notches under the 6, and then this is going to be 2 notches under the 3 and 2 notches under the 6. So we've got that there, we'll put that up there. Then in terms of cardstock, let's bring in what we have. So I think I'm going to use this up rather than have that bit sort of hanging there. So I'm going to cut this. This is going to be for this top piece. So I'm going to cut it at 2 3/4 or 4 notches under the 3, and then obviously 5 3/4. That hopefully should fit on there quite nicely, and it does. Okay, so it's still got a nice square card there. That bit I probably would throw away. That is worth keeping just in case. Now for the bottom, what I thought I would do is use that other piece of the insert with the cat on, because we are going to be using that cat topper. And we've got the cute little butterfly as well. So we just need to go to 5 3/4 or 4 notches under 6, and I'm going to do that as a square. This means we can still write on that, still use it as an insert, but it's also lovely and decorative too, and it's going to pick up on our image that we are using. So let's pop that out of the way. The other thing I'm going to grab, again, I'm going to bring back in these peel-offs. I don't know why all of a sudden I am a little bit obsessed with peel-offs. I haven't picked them up for years, and just the other day I thought of them, and now they just seem to have been coming in on a lot of my cards lately. And I did see that you can still get them. I did see on eBay, I think they're about £1. And they've got different ones. They've got little chains. The chain one would be nice, which I probably have got somewhere, honestly. But I'm not going to dig that out at the moment. So again, with that Cutaway all-purpose glue, a little bit of the dotty tape pen in the corners, just because this is paper. I still want that little bit of float time to get it in the right place, but I do want something just to stick those corners down, make sure my little piece isn't going anywhere. And if you're going to be using this as an insert, do make sure you give that a good flatten down, just to make sure there's no glue lumps or bumps in there, because it'll make it hard to write on basically. Okay, so now I'm going to give this another little burnish down, just so that we know it's going to do what we want it to do. And I think I'll add this onto here, and then I'll do a little bit with my peel offs. So just popping that on, and again just give that a good smooth down. So while that's gluing, see with this peel off here, they do have, this one seems to have it's like there's like a rope one, which is this one here, which I am just going to pop across that top. And then there's another one which has sort of teeth, which is the one I used last time. And I'm going to do exactly the same as I did last time. There is sort of a line along here with printed teeth. And then what I'm going to do is just, it's quite forgiving. Just put my knife on that edge, and it should, well, it shouldn't break in half, it should cut it, but no, it's not going to. My knife must need a new blade. Okay, we will move on. So I'm just going to pick up the other side, just going along that little line that's there. Let's try. There we go. And I think I'm going to need a longer piece than that. Where's that piece there? This is the great thing about these. You can put all those little bits down and come back to them. So I'm just going to take that end off, just because where I'd hold it, it's sort of gone a bit curly. And all this is doing really is just turning this cardstock into something that now looks like it's been foiled. So if you've got any of the Hunkydory peelables, you would be able to cut a thin strip, do the same thing. You might have a die that's got a thin strip that you can just do out of gold. I'm just slightly obsessed with peel-offs at the moment, so I apologise. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment. We've got that little bit of gold on there, just looking pretty much like it's been printed on there, although you can feel it. So let's go in. Oh, and I did go and have a look because I was going to get that cog die. It's now sold out, so me and anybody else who wants that will have to wait for it. But it's definitely one I'm going to be putting on my little wish list. Don't know if Hunkydory have a wish list feature, but it's definitely one that I want because I haven't got anything like it. So that's where we're at the moment. We've got our cat on the bottom there. We've got our half fold, and that's where we're to. So let's come back to the topper. Let's grab the gorgeous cat and pop that out. And that's coming round. Don't pull it. There we go. There we are. And then we've got a lovely sentiment which says, just be yourself. So we will use that as our stopper. Now this is going to go on here, so it's coming up, and obviously I want it still to fit in a 6x6 envelope, so I want to be thinking about that. I'm thinking I'm going to miss out that middle frame, so let's find the pips on there and just release that out. And it's just a case of being careful, so that some of these frames are very delicate, you know, they are card, so it's just a question of just being a little bit careful. Yeah, nearly there. So I'm just using the blade of my knife just to pick that out. Around this way. Okay. Quite a lot of pips on the bottom of it. So I'm just going to go use my scissor and just trim along, make sure those pips are not standing up. That's fine. And then the same on that one. No, they're okay. This I'm going to save for another day. May even come in on one of the other cards and use it there. I always say that and hardly ever do. So let's start. So this one I think I'm going to put on just flat, but obviously I don't want any glue to go over the top, so I'm just going to put a few little dots of glue all the way around, so about halfway, and then I want that to go on nice and straight, like so. That's happy with that, I am. And then I'm going to bring in, I think I want those really chunky ones, so let me grab those. Oops, nearly got them. There we are. We've got them. Okay, so these are the chunkiest ones that Hunkydory do, probably about 4mm I think. So again, we just want to be putting some in the middle, so I don't want to go above there. I think what I'll do is if I cut this one in half, and these are really lovely chunky pads. So let's just take the back off. Again, a little bit of tacky glue, and then just want to put that in the middle. Okay, so that's coming nice and forward, and I think I'm going to go not quite so chunky on that one. Just want a strip. Just bring the whole pot in, and then you can see what I'm doing. I've just got this little bag full of them at the moment. Trying to keep them all together. Let's put those near the back, and these ones I think will be fine. So these are probably about 2mm. Just going to cut a strip. Just take a tiny bit off. There we go. Obviously we want to pop that back on there, we don't want to waste that. And then this card is going to go nice and proud, because I want that cat to really stand out. And also I kind of want most of that bottom image of the cat as well, so I'm going to put that stopper nice and high. Okay, on that side, just straighten that a little bit. There we go. And then we want some gems. So again with the gold, just pop a couple in the hoops there. thought it would be easier if I put them in the tub together, but obviously not quite so much easier as I thought. Well, easier once they're in there, it's just not easy to get out. So let's just pop those on the edge of my table and scoop them in. There we go. So I don't think I need quite as many on my card for this one, because we've already got that other gold on there. Let's just clean that nib off a little bit. And obviously if you haven't got any of these, you might have some tonic, sort of nouveau sort of thing, either in sparkling, pearl, matte. There's loads of different ones that tonic do. Just have to have a super steady hand if you're doing them direct onto the card. Just turning that over if it will turn. There we go. And then maybe one. So let's go bigger to sort of 2 smaller ones on there. A little bit messy with the glue, but it will dry clear. So let's grab, I don't want that one, I decided I didn't want that one, but I want you, and no, too small, maybe you, yes. I'm going to mirror this down here. So I'm going to have that bigger one and our 2 smaller ones. And what I am going to do is just pop those back in there and out of the way. And if I bring in a teeny tiny dauber, because this is moving because there's a bit too much glue there. So now I should be able to pop that back. And that should dry quite nicely. Oops, we've moved them off the other side. That's a bit of a disaster. Let's just pop those back. And oops. Right, okay, so I'm happy with that one. So let me turn that round so I can show you that one. That's how that's going to stand. Okay, and then we've obviously got the one that we did before with the cat as well, which is that one there. Now I do still have no sentiments. I've used all of the sentiments, but in terms of cardstock and toppers, I have our rescued hamster, I have my dog there, that's a bit of insert, we've got a frame, we've got a rabbit. Let's pop the rabbit out, let the dog see the rabbit, there he is. And then obviously the paper's in the pad, so I'm still going to be able to make a couple more cards from this. I think I might have a little play afterwards, see what I come up with. These ones that I've done on video, they're definitely all on Pinterest. I also post it on Facebook in the Friends of Hunkydory Crafts and Crafting All Brand, I think it is. Do post in there as well, so if you wanted closer looks, then that's where you can sort of zoom in and see any details you want to. In terms of the other cards that I'm going to make with this, the little ones, I'm probably just going to put them on Pinterest and may post them on Facebook just under my Sybil Jones Concoctions Facebook group. Which you're quite welcome to come and have a little look if you want to. Next time, it's going to be sticking with this again. I'm not sure which one. I don't think I'm going to do like the monkey one and the panda. I think that's a little bit easy. I thought I might go for either the frog or the one with the raven, which is the foxy one, and the owl. So probably I'm leaning towards the fox and the owl, if I'm honest with you. So that's probably where I'm going to go next with this kit. If you haven't got this kit already, still available over at Hunkydory Crafts. They've also got their goodie boxes ongoing at the moment, which is, you know, huge value for money. I'm umming and ahhing whether to get some. I always do. Usually I would get 4 and they would have been mum's Christmas presents, because my mum really quite jammy really, because she would have those for Christmas, which she was quite happy with, and then they usually do them again around about Easter, and my mum's birthday is sort of around Easter time, so she would have them for Easter as well as a birthday present. So that's the reason why I'm in an iron really. I mean, a lot of the kits I have got that have been in them, but there are a couple that I haven't and that I would like the poinsettia sparkle. I haven't got Penguin Party book, although I have got a kit. So I'm toying with the idea. I definitely do need a couple of bits and pieces from them, so it may be a case that I just maybe get one just as, you know, a heavenly birthday present for mum, even though I'm the one who usually gets to play with them anyway. But that's it for today anyway. So thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you for the sort of comments and everything you leave. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already and you love Hunkydory, I do a lot of Hunkydory. Occasionally I do other things, but I haven't done for a while because Hunkydory has been so good lately. There's been so much good, really good stuff. So that's why it's been mainly Hunkydory. But I have got the Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar, which I got from their outlet for £12.99, so I thought I would treat myself. So it could be that I might do some cards with that soon as well, depending on what's in it, of course. I have no idea. I haven't watched any of the presentations on it. I haven't seen any of the reveals on YouTube, so it's going to be a total surprise. So I am looking forward to that. But thank you, like I say, thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. Happy crafting. Bye.